Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good day, everybody. I don't know where you are in the world, but welcome to BeatBuddy Worship. And today, this is going to be my very first time that I will try to do a live stream. And hopefully, in today's stream, I will show you guys how I go about writing the drums on the BeatBuddy Manager for the song called Do It Again from Elevation Worship. So yes, this is the first time I'm doing it, so please, I hope everything works. Please be patient with me. I'm not so sure exactly, if everything will last for the entire stream. I really hope so. But if you are here, if you are watching, I'm going to quickly just pop into my browser to see that it says that it is live, so I'm happy with that. Let's go back. If you are here, and let's just see, I want to keep open my chat. Let's say, what I want to say is that I want you guys to also be able to, chat with me while I'm going about writing the song, so that you guys, if you have any questions, maybe you would like to know more about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, then you can put it up here. So, and also, please let me know where in the world you are watching this from. It would be very nice, to sort of get an idea of, who around the world's watching this, and also uses the BeatBuddy for their worship services. So I'm just going to say hi everyone. So like I say, if you guys are joining the stream now, please let me know if the volumes and the levels are fine. If you are live, then let me know. I hope this chat works. So if you are watching, please drop a hi or a comment in the chat. I'm going to try and keep the chat open, and then I'm going to switch between the other things that I need. As you can see over here, I will use iTunes, I will use these two websites here, and then obviously I'm going to use the BeatBuddy Manager to do some songwriting. So I'm just going to quickly pop again into my YouTube channel. I can't see, it says there's one watching, so I assume that's my account that's logged in. The stream health is fine, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start with what we are doing today. I know that it is a different, it's a very difficult time if you are in America or South America, because then this will be like 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock, somewhere like that. But yes, if you are watching this now, please drop a comment, and then yes, let's get into the song. I'm gonna try and do the whole song in one sitting, like I said. And also, please don't mind, there's a lot of building in the background. You might hear it, pick it up. So I hope, let's just double check the levels. It looks like everything seems fine. And yes, let's get into it. So this is let me go through the process of how I start to write a new song. The first thing that you want to do is you want to have the song obviously available to play. So I've got it up here on my iTunes, and then you want to know what the BPMs for the song is. So over here I've got it, I just googled Do It Again Elevation Worship BPM, and then there's a few websites that actually give you the BPM. So Multitracks tells me that it's 86 beats per minute, and it also gives you the time signature, which is 4/4. So that makes it really easy. It helps a lot. So what I'm going to do, let me just minimize this so you guys can get the chat in. There we go. So like I say, if you guys are here, you want to know something, please, as you pop in, as you join the stream, you can ask me questions or whatever. I will try and keep this open the whole time. So now we know that the BPMs for the song is 86 beats per minute. So now we're going to come here, we're going to say new song. I'm just going to obviously write in here, Do It Again. We're going to make the BPMs 86. Now sometimes I do change the BPM when I'm using it in my church service. It's very seldom, but for some songs I sometimes change the time, just so that our church gets into it, and for me to get used to it as well. Sometimes I might make it like 1 BPM slower. Alright, I'm going to use the ballad kit for this one. The reason for that is the song has got a nice like reverb sound to the kit as well. So yes. Alright, let me just quickly pop in. says the stream is fine. I just want to every now and then just make sure that everything is online. Looks like it. Alright guys, so let's get to it. Now the first thing you want to do after you have the BPM, after you change the name, I will show you guys my process, but every now and then I export the song. I've had a few crashes of the BeatBuddy Manager program when I'm working with 6/8 time signatures, and if I start splitting my measures, fortunately today we're not doing a 6/8 song, so hopefully I won't have crashes, but every now and then I do save and export the song to my folder. So let's start off by listening to this beginning of the song. So I hope you guys can hear that. I'm gonna just keep it so that I can hear it as well. Now obviously when it comes to songs that has more of an intimate feeling, you can't hear for the first like verse and chorus, there's not actual drums being played. Usually there's everyone on stage has a metronome or a click track that's in their ears. So to keep it intimate, there's no drums, but I'm just gonna speak it's a little bit too loud in my ears. But what I do is, we don't play with a click track. We have a small church, small band, so I use the drums to do like a very soft tap for me. That's what I would program for this part, and then I'll keep it the same for the whole first verse, because if you listen to this part, it's still the song. Maybe there's a few cymbal swells, but I can't hear any dynamic drums. There's no kick, there's no snare. There's maybe a slight tap that we can't hear, or a few cymbal swells. So for this first part, I'm gonna just have a basic tap. Now, when I do program the tap, I always try and follow the rhythm pattern, which is very important if you're a drummer. So you will hear duff. So if I want to tap on this, I will probably tap. So this will probably be like a straight one accent and then a few soft taps. So I will follow the same tapping pattern. I will follow the same tapping pattern for the first few parts. So it'll be a loud tap and then soft one. So let's get into that. So now I'm going to start with my intro. Now usually for an intro I just have the same pattern that I use for the verses. So what I'll do is just a basic. I prefer having the foot hi-hat. It's a more intimate sound, but I'll try and make it a little bit stronger today, because I know sometimes these shots are a little bit too soft when I program them. So I'm going to try and go 70, 75, 35, 35. Maybe this one can be 25, just to get a more natural feel to it. Then I'll make the next one again 75. 35, 25, whoops. So now if we listen to this one, so this will just be like an intro tap, and that is based on, like I explained to you guys, that is based on how the kick pattern and the snare pattern will be when the song comes in. Because the last thing you want to do, and I have done it in the past, is to program a certain tap pattern for your verse, and then when you actually start playing the drums, it's completely different. Because usually as a guitar player, I follow the tap pattern of the rhythm when I start singing the song. So I'm going to just keep it like that for now. So I think one bar is going to be very quick. Let's just have a quick look. Okay, I think that'll be fine. So I'm going to say apply. And now what I do, I don't leave it like this. So I go export MIDI file because I want to save this. So I'm just going to say do it again, and then I go intro. So now all the parts that I save are here. And now after you exported it, you have to import it again. So right there, it'll be at the top if you have this sorted by date modified. Okay, so now it tells me do it again, intro. And now I'll start. Walking around these walls. Alright, so now what I usually do is whatever I started at, I usually work from there. So I would go copy, just hover it over it, control copy, control paste. But now if you start editing this part and it has the same name because you copied it, then it will change that one as well. So what I do is immediately after I copied pasted it, I go do it again, and now I'm gonna go verse 1 and chorus, because I'm pretty much going to use the same tab for the first part of the song. If I find that the chorus needs some cymbals, then I will split them, but I'm just when I listened to the song originally, it doesn't have that. And at church I actually have someone playing the percussion for me, so that the guy on the percussions, we've got a acoustic drum set that stands, you know, because I used to have a live drummer. But so he uses the cymbals to do like swells and shaker and things like that. So I don't have to program that into my songs. So I'm just going to keep it like this. So now I say save. Once I've saved it, I must import it again, so that when I do edit it, it doesn't change the intro. So now I have my verse 1 and chorus. So now let's quickly play it here. It'll also save it then, this project. And now there you'll start. Walking around. Okay, now do you guys notice there that there's a gap there, and the accent of this one wasn't so strong? I don't know why it does that, but sometimes this one gets programmed with a little red line there. You see the red line right there? It means that this thing is confused. He thinks there's more shots coming even though there's not. So you just make it 2 bars, go back to 1 bar, say apply, and now if I do it again, you will hear it'll play this first shot of the next one. This one. Yeah, there's nothing missing. I don't know why it does that, but this is the way I found it to work. Whenever you right click on a part and there's a red line at the end, then you see this one also has it. Then when you play it on the program, there will be this gap. You can hear there's a shot missing. When you play live on your BeatBuddy, you don't hear that. I don't know how it works, but on this program I prefer to have everything sounding correct. So this one will just be looping the whole time. Now, I don't prefer having 1 bar loops, so I usually, if I have a part like this, I usually make it at least 2 to 4 bars. So I'm going to go edit, and I'm going to increase this to at least 2 bars, and now I'm just going to follow the same pattern just so that it doesn't sound different. 25. I'll show you guys now how I do have a shortcut, a little trick that I do to do lots of shots, especially if you're copying the same shots. Okay, so let's listen to this one. Walking around these walls. Okay, that's sort of one phrase of a song, so that's fine. Alright, so now I'm going to export the song just so that I do have it in case something happens. So I'm just going to export it to the place where I keep all my songs. In case something happens, program crashes, you forgot to play it, because every time you press play it saves the project. It doesn't necessarily keep your song on your hard drive. So in case something happens, I always just export the song as I'm working on the program. Let's quickly pop in. It does say it is still live. If there's someone watching with me, if you can pop in a comment, I'll appreciate it. I hope this chat is the actual one. Let's have a look. I'm going to keep it open here for a while, just so that if there's someone watching, please drop a comment so I can see if there's anyone here. If I say restore chat, I think it'll go back into here. Okay. Pop out chat again. I've got so many things on my desktop background. That's why I had this over here. Okay, so let's move on. Okay. Okay guys, so let's jump back into it. I'm going to make sure everything is still streaming. It does look like it. So let's get back into the song. The other thing that I sometimes do, and that's why I've got this open, you will see I've got this is a worship together. So here I've got sort of the lyrics and the chords. And this, I always, when I do get to the longer parts, I'm going to look here and see when does the chords, the music, repeat itself. I usually try to write one of those parts at a time, but we can come back to this. Alright, let's get into the rest of the song. Where's my chat? I must open up my chat. Anyone here? Okay. Alright. Let's go back to the song. Let's listen to the next part of the song. This is still the intro. So we can literally just keep that tap looping in the background. So this is the first chorus. Alright. And then I'm pretty sure the music comes in on verse 2. So there's the called turnaround. I don't know, that's what you call it. I would call it like a post-chorus or musical outro. Okay. Okay, so this one, let's see where that is. Let me just get the timing right here. 142. Okay, so this song starts with a normal snare shot. So I'm gonna copy. Now I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to go verse 2. I'm gonna save it, and now I'm going to import it again as verse 2 so that I can change it without changing the top part. So here we have it, and now this is where we need to, I think it's at least 8 bars, that verse. Let's have a quick look again. So you'll see there's 2 halves. That is the first half of the verse. So it's D, A, D, A, and then the second half is the same chorus progression, and then there'll probably be an extra bar at the end there, which we can program as a fill, or not a fill, a transition. So I'm gonna try, because once I have this programmed, I can use it for choruses and I can use it for other parts as well. So I'm gonna from the get-go program this whole part in one as one piece. So now I'm gonna keep the kick kind of strong. The levels that I usually start with is 99, but I think this one's gonna require, the kick is always quite evident in the song. So I'm gonna start at 111 and then go 121 and then 127. Those are my 3 levels that I usually have. Now there's always a cymbal when you start a new part, but the cymbals for the ballad kit is quite loud. So I used to program cymbals at like 80 or 70, but if for the ballad kit you have to keep it quite low. So I'm going to keep the shots like this. This might be I know there's actually another softer kick after the first one. Right, it's much softer than that. Let's try 75. So I'm quickly going to try and copy this pattern. Let's go back to 141. That's where it starts. So I'm going to make this one even a little bit softer. I think it's, there we go. And this snare is quite strong, so I'm going to leave it like 65. Okay, so guys, the way I know where to do this is because is this thing correct? Let me just double check this. Alright, this is fine. Okay. I want to do the whole part as one. Let's listen to the whole part until where the chords start repeating itself. Because the kick pattern isn't the same for just 2 bars. There it will stop. So I need to do from 140 to 2 minutes. And now there's a single kick. Okay, no, it's still a little one. Okay, I think I got this one. Let's quickly try. Doop, doop, doop. So they do a loud kick there, a soft one again, but then there's one just before again, which is a little bit louder than the first one. So now, if we know the snare shot is correct, we can go and duplicate the snare shot for all the snare shots. Actually, let's make this 8 bars. I think it's 8 bars, the whole thing. So I'm going to duplicate the snare shots. It's every... I'm not used to working in such a small space. I usually have the whole thing open. Okay, so don't mind me if I'm a little bit silent in the background, because I'm not used to, like I said, this is my first one, so please bear with me. I will try my best to inform you guys of what I'm doing most of the time. So now I'm just plotting out all the snare shots for this whole part. And now I'm going to do the kicks, because those are the fundamentals. Let's just listen to the first 2 bars and hear if it's fine. So that one sounds actually just like the CD. Let's double check it. Okay, that does sound quite correct to me. The levels of that's fine. That first one is too loud. This one sounds too strong. This one again. There we go. Okay, so now 111. Now I've got our levels more or less correct. So we're just going to copy this pattern. 65, 111, 55. Because I think this pattern stays the same for the whole song. Let's just remember the second part, there's not a repetition. Over here it's just the 111, 55. Okay, now it's going to be 65, 111, 55. If there's anything that you guys aren't following, let's just have a look if there's anyone else watching. Still one person. If you are watching, please comment something, tell me if the levels are fine. I need some help making sure you guys can hear everything. I'll appreciate it. This is going to get quite long, so I know there's people going to come and go probably. Maybe I must start and quickly do all the shots. Let me just I haven't listened to the shots again. Now, actually those shots, I'm not so sure if they are correct. Those hi-hat shots, well, during the tap it was fine to have it in that pattern, but now they are falling on the kick and snare, the accents, all the 75. So you're not going to hear that in any way. So I'm thinking, let me just quickly listen to this part what we're working on now and hear if we can hear where the hi-hat shot falls. I know the night won't last. Your word will come to pass. It sounds as if there's a there's a loud hi-hat just before. I think it's this one. Let's make him a 65 and let's make him a 35, and let's quickly listen to that. No, it's not that one. It's this one before. Let's make him a 75. Yes. And then this one again. Okay, so I'm gonna make every single first white bar 75, just because that is where the drums gets accented, or it might be the only shot that they play live, but we won't know that because I haven't seen a music video of it. So I have seen one or two covers of the song, but it's not exactly the way the song's being played. So I'm just going to make every second white bar, I mean this column here, that one shot. That's where they have the accent. So that's going to sound a little bit more like the CD then. Sometimes I forget to program the hat shots according to the CD when you're so busy listening to kick and snare and getting those velocities right. Now I do want to hear all the rest of the shots, so I'm going to make all the rest 35. So I'm going to show you guys how I usually go about doing that using my mouse. So I'm going to have my one finger on my mouse now. I'm going to program this one as 35, and now I'm just going to go with my mouse and I'm going to go 2 dots, and then every time I don't see something I'm just going to click. So there you'll see every time there's nothing there I just tap. This way afterwards I will go and remove all the cymbal shots. Okay, what I mean with that is obviously a drummer only has 2 hands. So when I started programming on the BeatBuddy Manager, I would sometimes program a hi-hat shot and a crash shot while there's something else being hit as well. And obviously that is not true to a authentic drum sound, because a drummer only has 2 hands, so you can only hit 2 things at the same time. It does sound more realistic. So what I'm going to do is whenever there's cymbals, I remove the hi-hat shot. So now, oops, I went one too far. Here's 75. Now I usually do this a little bit quicker. I think it's every 8 I must do a double tap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Finished. Okay, now let's quickly follow the kick pattern again. This will be triple 1, 55, and then it will be 65, triple 1, 55. Then it will, okay, there we go. Technically there should be a kick there. No, there's not. Okay, so let's quickly listen to the whole pattern that we're doing now. I'm going to make this a little bit louder. So this should be now this whole part here. I know the night won't last, your word will come to pass, my heart will sing your praise again. This is a bit high for me, so don't mind my false singing. Okay, let's listen to that. And I know the night won't last. I don't even know the words. Your word will come to pass. There might be a cymbal. My heart will sing your praise again. You know what? It's not just the first one of that high accent. It must be every second one. I missed the third one as well. So let's quickly change them. Where is... I must make every one I must make a little bit louder. So now I must just go to every second one. There we go. I think that, like I say, that might be the only shot they play on the drums, but to me, you know, I need more tapping. I need to hear that rhythm in the background as someone who leads on the guitar, just to make sure that I'm not losing the speed. Okay, so there we have it. So now I'm going to say apply, and now I already have it saved, so I'm just going to go export MIDI file, because now I have to replace what was saved. So let's quickly listen to the song. It'll save it for us as well. So obviously they will start singing. There's no accents. I wonder if these aren't too many songs. I mean too many shots. I'm just going to quickly leave a comment here. Anyone? I will sing your praise again. So there's the musical outro, and then we'll get to this part. Thank you, Xave. I don't know how to pronounce that. Must I talk louder? Must I put the music louder? Talk or music? So there you guys hear the cymbal gets repeated because I'm writing it in parts. Okay. Let me see if I can make everything louder. I'm going to quickly go here, and I think this should make the levels of my microphone louder as well. Let's put it to the max. Let me just I'm just reaching over to my actual interface. This should be much louder. I hope that's better. Where am I? Like I say, this is my first time that I'm doing this, so I hope you guys have some grace for me as I'm trying to manage all this. I have looked at a few YouTube videos, but I don't have all the I only have one screen, so I can't do like multiple screens and stuff. All right, thank you, Xave. I think it's Xave. I think of Xavier. All right, okay guys, so here we have our first proper part of the song. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go back to the song and let's listen to the next part. There should be a transition coming soon. So there's no full or something here at the end. So there, you guys will hear it's just the same pattern. But when we get to this spot, on again, the kick starts going on every count. Alright, so let's do that. Okay, so there you hear that there is the part where the kick pattern starts coming in on every beat. I think it's like 2 bars, maybe 4 bars. I'll get to that now. So now, because we are repeating this part, I can't add it to this part. So the only way I'll be able to do it is to write the transition fill for this part. So what I'm going to do, and this is the easiest way to do it, is you copy this whole part, you put it in transition fill, you rename it, so we export it, and I'm just going to add something here. I'm going to say trans at the back, and now I'm going to import it again so that when I edit this new part, it doesn't change my original part. And now I'm just going to take away everything I don't want. So I'm going to make it back to like 2 bars, and let's see if it is 2 bars. So there we go, there's our 2 bars. I'm going to say apply. I'm going to go edit again, and now you will see there's this red line that I need to get rid of. So I'm going to make it 3 bars again. Now there's going to be 1 shot of the new bars that was left from the previous parts that I had to delete. Now I'm going to go take them away again, and I'm going to say apply again. And now if I say edit, you will see that it's a clean 2 bars without any red lines. So now it means if I listen on the program, if I play it over here, it will actually play fine. So now we have to go and make a kick on each of these shots. So it's going to be quite easy. We take the snare away and we add a kick. So before I take the snares away, let's just add the kicks to all of them. Because every time you drag something down, it resets the digit value that you want to use. So now if I click on it, it won't have 111 there again. So I'm just gonna do this. Now there's no symbol, so I'm gonna put 35 there, and this is now this will be the part that you step down on the BeatBuddy and hold it in. I think actually that's exactly the correct timing that we need. So now that it's finished, we'll just say export it again to resave it correctly in case if I lose this whole project, I can literally just click there and then it will be correctly saved on my computer. If I'm going too fast and you guys have any questions, please let me know. Let me just quickly pop in and see if we have some more people joining us today or joining us now. No, it's only me. It's only me watching. Okay. All right. So thank you for Zave helping me with my sound. I hope you guys can hear everything better. It looks as if everything is fine. Okay, guys. So let's move on. Let's quickly listen to the whole part. Let's save the project. I think there's too many shots. I'm going to take one of those shots out. Oh, you're back. It said there was only one person watching. Sorry, man. Okay. Actually, I think we must do that. If I listen to how it sounds on the CD, I don't think they have so many shots playing. Let's listen to this intro. Maybe this sounds better. Let's save it. Around these walls. Okay. I haven't learned the song off by heart yet. I've been listening to it a lot, but I haven't memorized the words of the song. So if I'm singing the wrong words in the background, please forgive me. I'm going to do the same for this one. I'm going to make this 35. I want it to be a little bit stronger, but I'm going to take all these in between shots away. I think it sounds a bit too busy and not intimate enough. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Zave, if you're watching this, do you think this is fine what I'm doing now? That intro sounds too busy. That's what I'm going for. Okay, I think I'll be able to play with that with a little bit of practice. I usually prefer having more tap shots. I prefer hearing more tap shots. So, but I think this will be fine. Okay, so now let's quickly press play. It'll save the song for me. And now it's going to start. Walking around these walls. Okay, so that sounds good. I thought, but now they'd fall. So let's go to the end of the chorus. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never failed me yet. There's that outro. And now let's go to the verse 2. Keep it in. Here we go. I'll sing your praise again. I think that sounds quite nice. And now we're going to do the outro, the transition. You have never failed me yet. And there we'll start with the chorus. Alright. So, this one isn't red at the line at the back, so it should sound fine. Is it possible to use, say, Logic Pro X to MIDI, edit MIDI first, then import to BeatBuddy? I know people have done it, but I have not. I don't have a MIDI program other than this one. I think it is, yes. Just don't know how to do it. Sorry, man. That's not the face that I want. Alright, let's go to the chorus, guys. No. Where are we in the song now? Yes, we're going back to the chorus. So this is now the first full chorus that we have to do. So let's listen to it and see what we can use that we written already. So there's my transition. Okay, so there's a few tom shots in between. Actually a few tom shots. I don't know how many of them I'll be able to get right, but the kick pattern is still the same. Let's just make sure our kick and snare is still in the right place. Then we'll just copy paste and add the new shots, which makes it much easier. So the kick is now on every single beat. There's a second crash. Okay, so I'm going to do that whole part in one. I'm going to do that whole part as one. So let's copy this part. And now we rename it so that we don't lose what we've done. So we're going to say chorus 2, save, and now we have to import it so that we don't ruin the one we've already written. So there we go. And now we're going to, I think we're going to have to make these kicks a little bit louder. Now we have a kick on every single beat. Copy which part? I use Command C. Command and C on my Mac. You just hover over it. I'll do it now again quickly. Alright, let me just quickly get these kicks in the right place. Then we can go back and I'll show you how to copy again in my next part that I have to copy. I prefer using what I've already made and then just adding to it, because most of the songs build on what you've already played. As a drummer, you don't play something completely different every time you get to a new part of a song. So that is why I always write a part and then I use that same part and adjust it so that it sounds correct, and just but stronger. Because as a good drummer, you have to. I always teach my students when I teach drum lessons at church that you have to have 6 levels of playing drums. And this is not something that most music schools and like secular music teaches you. 6 levels. You have to have a very intimate tap only cymbal swells. Then you have to have an intimate like 8/4 or a 4/8 rim shot, very subtle, very little kicks, little rim shots. Then you play your normal 4/4 with a normal snare shot. That's like the 3rd level. Then you have your ride, playing on a crash ride with a snare shot with a bit more kicks. That's like your 4th level. Then you have a 5th level, which is where you build. This is where you play in between shots on your toms while you're on the cymbal. And then you must have a 6th level, which is like kick on every shot, in between shots, multiple crashes in between. So that is sort of how I always teach the 6 levels. And because of that, I know most drummers also just write in parts. So they write one part and then they add to it for the next part. So what I'm going to do here is we can move this shot, this whole hi-hat, to a more prominent hi-hat. And I think that is the good time to do it, is to go to this chorus. So I'm going to just go here and I'm going to move to hi-hat closed. And now you guys will hear, we're going to have to add the kicks. Now, the kicks, I only keep the kicks that's on 1 at 121. The other 3 I will make at like 111 because they're not going to be that prominent. So let's just quickly add all these different kicks. Okay, so I'm going to do this again. It's going to be a little bit faster to do this than to scroll. So I'm using my mouse. I'm tapping on my mouse, the right button, 4 times until I get to the one where I have to add it. And then I just click on my mouse. Did I just say I tap on my mouse? On my keypad, on the arrow on my keypad, I tap right until I get to an open one, then I click on my mouse. Okay, so I'm just adding all the kicks for this whole part, and then we'll get to the in-between shots that you guys heard as well. So let's start with the meat and the potatoes. I have heard someone call the kick and snare that. So now you will hear, we might have to lift the snare shot as well. Promise still stands. Actually, I don't know if there's a kick on the snare shot. Let's listen to it again. I think it's subtle. Okay, it is there. I'm going to make it a little bit softer. Everyone that's on the snare, I'm going to make a little bit softer. I'm going to make it like a 99 kick. Let's listen to that quickly. You know what? The snare shot should be louder. The kick can be a little bit softer as well. Let's try 85. I think that sounds quite good. So let's make every snare shot a little bit stronger and make the kick underneath it a little bit subtler. Is that a word? English is not my first language. I assume you guys know that. So don't laugh at my English, please. Alright, 85, 75. I did live in England for 1 year, for 2 years, when I finished school at 18 to go and work. I'll go on a work visa and try to save up some money so I can study and stuff. So my English should be better than what it is, I think, because I talked English for like most of those 2 years. Alright, so let's quickly have a listen to this one. Your promise still stands. I actually wonder if that snare is on the first one. I don't think there is a snare on the first one. Did I miss that now? Let's listen here quickly. Whoops. You know what? I have to change this whole snare pattern. It's on the wrong one. It should be here. I just did all that work. Let's listen if this is better. Your promise still stands. There we go. Okay. Not the end of the world. all we do is we make this one 11 and draw that one down, make this one 111, draw this one down, make this one 75, make this one 85. So I'm using my hand on the keypad of the, not on the keypad, yeah, I struggle to talk and work at the same time. My hand is on the keyboard of the laptop while I do this. So there we go. Now we're gonna almost get to the part where I actually add the offbeat shots. 75, 85. How many more do I have to do? That's the problem of the way I'm writing this. I know that it gets tedious. I know that. So, but it does sound more realistic. It does sound way more than like a real drummer than having just one bar that loops the whole time. So let's quickly have a listen here. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail me yet. You know what? That is the whole chorus. I thought I'm going to do the half of a chorus. That's actually a whole chorus. Oh well, we've already done the hard work now, so we might as well stick to it. Okay, so let's go back. We're going to add on the second half of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here, I'm going to take that away. And I'm going to add a second cymbal at about 20, about 31, I think is usually what I choose. And now we have to add the in-between shots. Now, you can go and move these shots to the floor tom if you want to. But I think they do that for the bridge, so we'll get to that. We'll have a listen. Let me just quickly apply this. This is now the chorus. Let's export it so that I don't lose it. So I think, Zave, if you are still there, you wanted to know how do I copy that part. So if you hover your mouse over it and it's blue, you just go Command Copy, or if you're on Windows, it will be Control Copy, and then you hover it above the part where you want it, and you just say Command Paste. You see, and then it just pastes it in there. I don't know if that is it. If that is what were you referring to, just give me a thumbs up or something. So let's go back to the chorus and then just listen to the offbeat shots. This is what we are trying to replicate now.
Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness.
It actually sounds as if he's actually playing on the floor tom. Welcome, Alex. I know this guy. Yay. Let me. Okay. Let's. Oh. Bro, this is my only problem with the BeatBuddy Manager program, is that you can't copy and paste within the part that you're working. That is something that I really hope that Singular Sound fixes on their new. I don't know if it's true, I heard that they are reworking the Manager program, so I really hope that this is what they do. I don't think I have to probably type everything out I'm saying. You guys can hear me, right? So every time I see something I want to reply while typing, but it's going to take way too long. Okay, let's just get that first shot right. But if you listen, do you think he's playing on the floor tom? I don't know if he's actually hitting his shots on the floor tom. I'm gonna keep it like it is for now. but I'm going to do, do over there. That shot is supposed to be on like a, let's make it like a, I think usually tom sounds fine at about 45, but I think they probably have like 2 hands. Still you, where am I now? Your promise still stands. That's where we are. Let me just highlight this for me. Okay, let's get back. I can go and replace these shots, but then I have to change all the values of it. So I'm gonna keep it like this because I sometimes I prefer having that sound, that tapping sound, just to help you with the rhythm. But let's just get the offbeat shots first. All those random tom shots in between. Still stands. So there's. Let me just quickly listen again. Let's get this right. Just before the snare, there's another shot. Or is that the kick? I think it might be the kick. No. Let's make this one a little bit louder, and we'll make this one a little bit softer to give it a more higher tone, and then we'll make this one a little bit louder and this one a little bit softer to give it a lower tone, so it sounds as if you're going from high to low on the toms. Let's hear if you guys can hear the difference. Still stands, great is your. Try it again. I think it's too loud, that second one. This one is a bit too loud. It sticks too much out. Still too loud. I'm just going to take one shot away. Let's leave it with the tom 4 shot. That sounds more like the original. Meticulous. I assume that is in my language that's like finicky. I see myself as a perfectionist, so, and because I've been playing drums for 20 years, I try to replicate exactly what they are doing. But listening to a whole track like this, it is quite tricky. Because I can't see them. Maybe I don't know if there's a music video for this. Then I can get a feel for it. But yes, let's quickly have a listen again. I just want to get the pattern for the most of it right, and then I'm going to put this very loud. If it's too loud, I'm sorry guys. I just want to quickly listen again to the correct drum pattern. See if I get all my shots in. So this is the part I am going to do this. I'm not so sure if that's not on the CD, but I think this will sound good. So I'm going to go split it to 2, and I'm going to add 36, 42. I'm not so sure if they do this, but I think it'll sound good. You guys will hear it in a bit. I think this is actually more or less correct. Still stands, greatest. I'm going to keep it like that. I'm just going to quickly replace all those in between shots. Let's get them right. So it's going to be, what did I have them at? 25, 46. What did I have them? Let's quickly go back. 48, 32, 37. 48, 32, 48, 32, 37, right? Take the one shot away because we're using both. 48, 32, 37. And now we'll be able to listen to at least one half of the chorus without 48, 32, 37. So now let's quickly listen to this. This one, I'm going to add a little bit of a tom shot here as well. And then maybe you guys tell me what you think of this. So let's do the chorus. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'm still in your... I like that little... I like this. But at the moment it sounds a little bit... I don't know if the levels are correct. We're going to have to try it on the BeatBuddy before we know exactly if it's too soft or too loud. What do you guys think of this part here? Maybe I must replace this one. Let's go back to the hi-hat shot. Just to have those two shots there. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. I think that sounds right, eh? Now I can, if I feel that part of the chorus is being repeated, I can cut this down to only 4 bars. Let's quickly have a look. Let's listen. What do you guys think of that part for the chorus, this first half? Because I actually wrote the whole chorus now, if I'm not mistaken. Still in your hands is my confidence, you never fail me yet. Actually, no. Did I write the whole part now? I'm now confused. Let's listen again. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. Okay. My confidence. Okay, I'm going to keep it like that. I'm just going to continue getting the whole thing done. Let's go back. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate it. I hope that sounds alright. What do you guys? I like it. I like that little do-do-do. So let's just copy what we've done now into the rest of the song, and then we'll apply and listen to it back while we're playing it. It doesn't sound very strong yet, so I'm probably gonna have to. I'll listen to the original now. Let's just copy this whole thing through. Where was I? 48, 32, 37. Where's my cymbal shot? There it is. Okay. 48. Oh boy, that's not right. 48, 32, 37. Now, this is why because I know how a drummer has 2 hands, I can actually leave those 2 together, because you can play a floor tom shot with your one hand under your other hand while you're still playing the rhythm. The hi-hat. So I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to put a 35 every time here, just so that we don't lose track of that tick sound, to sort of keep us going as the rest of the band plays. So because there's only one shot, do you guys understand what I'm saying about this? Having only 2 hands as a drummer. Because I'm only hitting one tom, I still have my other hand free to do what I have to do. So let's take this one away. We'll add again 48, 32, and we'll just add over this one 37. Thank you, Alex. You understand what I'm saying. All right. Let's do it with this last one again. 48, 32, 37. So there's my last bar. I don't know if there's another thing happening before the kick. I'll have a quick listen now, because I always start listening in what's the word? I start listening in like parts. I listen to the kick and snare first, just to get my most of the song correct, or try and get that right, and then I move over to listening to offbeat shots, and then usually lastly I focus on the actual whatever the right hand of the drummer is doing. Like, is he playing on the ride? Is he playing loud, soft, loud, soft? Is it hi-hats? Is it on the floor tom? Because I say, like, the basics mostly of, you don't hear those subtle shots on the CD. If you listen to a CD, you never hear what his right hand is doing. You only hear the offbeat shots, and you only hear the kick and snare. That's mostly what you hear. Everything else gets muffled with all the other instruments. So that is why that's sort of how I listen to stuff. Now this should be a bit of a, I think this should be more of a roll at the end. Yes, I'll come back and edit this. Let's quickly listen to the whole thing through. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed me yet. So let's listen. I think that sounds alright. I'll definitely be able to play to that on Sunday. I don't play the song on Sunday, but I want to introduce it soon. So I'm going to try and get the song perfected so that when we all can actually use it after this. Let's quickly listen to the whole chorus again, or the ending. There's still a double kick. Okay, I've missed one kick. I hear it now. They've got a kick just before the new one. Promise still stands. Doop doop. There's a doop doop. There's a doop doop over here. Is it the second bar? Let's listen again. Promise still stands. It's right here. There's a doop doop. Let's listen to that. Promise still stands. That's a bit too strong. It's a bit too strong. I'm gonna make it about, I think it's another 85 kick. Just a little subtle one. Promise still stands. Because they do follow their kick pattern usually. Let's listen to the beginning of the chorus. Where's the chorus? No, that's not there. It's second half. There it comes in. Okay, I'm wrong. So they add that kick on the second time they do it. They repeat the chorus twice. So on the second repeat, they add the kick. I think. What I wanted to do, now I forgot. What I wanted to do was listen to the end of this one, the first chorus, just to make sure what he does at the end there. Actually, he doesn't do anything. Alright. He just goes clean into a next chorus. So I'm going to keep it like this. I might make this a little bit louder because I found sometimes those end shots fall away. Okay, so let's quickly apply this one. This is now one whole chorus. Now that I've applied it, I export it again. I always want to save it after I've edited something, so that in case something crashes, I can always just go add it again. And now I press play to save it on my project as well. So let's quickly have a listen here. So there's verse 2. Okay, so let's quickly go. Let me just get the words here. This is not the verse, right? Okay, so let's go. Now I'll sing your praise again. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never failed me yet. Your promise still stands. Okay. Now, that second chorus is a little bit stronger. So instead of just looping the chorus, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to make it a little bit stronger. So now I'm going to say export it to change the name. I'm going to call it chorus 3. There we have it. Let me just get my phone on silent. There we go. Okay. Now, I've changed it. So in order to not make it change when I edit it, I have to import it so that that one says chorus 2 and this one says chorus 3. And now I'm going to make it sound a little bit stronger. Now, I think we must either edit the hi-hat shots or we must make the kicks a bit louder because it must sound stronger. So I'm going to keep this one and make it like 33, 35. Everything must go a little bit stronger. And then I'm going to add. Let's quickly listen to this part again. So this is the end of the first part chorus. Now they don't do a transition here. Now this is where the challenge comes in. What do I program for this part where the music fades away? Okay, so that's going to be our next challenge. Let's first nail this second chorus quickly. It actually sounds very similar to the one. I only hear that one kick that's being added, and maybe on the snare they play an open hi-hat or like a tambourine sound. Let's try a listen. Actually, no. Okay, I'm not right there. So there's no like sometimes people do this. I'll show you guys quickly. Sometimes people add like an open hi-hat shot. They take this away. They add an open hi-hat shot on your snare. It'll sound like this. Something like that. But they don't do it here, so we're going to keep it like it is. But it still sounds, I'm just going to add that one kick. I think, unless I make all the kicks a little bit stronger. I think let's do this. Let's make all of them a little bit stronger, because it does pick up in intensity. These kicks are still not full. You know, that's the maximum, it's 127. So I'm going to make them all, I'm going to add a little 99 kick here. And they might actually throw a tom shot in there that I'm not aware of. So, and they don't do it every time. I think it's only, no, I think it's there every time. Let's add a 99 kick in there. Let's make these 121. So everything will sound just a little bit stronger. I might have to also add the lift the high, the snare shot. But am I the only one who does it sound as if they're playing on the floor tom? With their, like that shot there, tick, 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 tick. It sounds as if there's more tom shots that I've got programmed there. I wonder if I must have a look on like a, I didn't find any nice drum covers for this song. Some songs has got nice covers, like that one for what's it that I did recently, Our God Is Love. There was a very nice drum cover that was very close to the original. Okay, let's listen to this one. So this will be the second chorus, and I must still add all the kicks. So there's a kick just before. There's a kick just before. Let's add these kicks on 99. So they will 99. Sometimes it's tricky that you don't lose track of where to put your kicks, especially when you split these shots. You will always see there's 2 normal shots. I mean, there's 4 shots in this whole bar, right? So there's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I added on the second last one, so there I have to add it over there. Anyway, I think you guys understand. Let's move. Let's try and get them all in, and then we hear if it sounds cool or not. Okay, so this will be the second chorus, and your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail. And there, from there, that moment, it actually hits a transition. So let's listen to it. I've edited it now, so let's export it again. Save, replace. Let's go to that part. Let's listen to it quickly. See again. I think here must be da, 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 da. You know what? I actually think there's a few offbeat tom shots here before the end. I'm going to put that same thing that I programmed here. I'm going to put it in here. Let's make it a little bit softer. You guys tell me if you think it's right. Oh boy, that's the wrong place. Apply. I have to export it again because I've edited it so I don't lose it. I have actually lost the song while I was writing it, and then I had to press new song again, and then I just went click, and then I went to all my parts and everything was saved there correctly, because I keep on exporting it the moment I make a mistake, or I change it, sorry, then I always export it. Okay, so let's quickly have a listen. The thing that I was looking at now, that transition, I think it was here somewhere. Let's listen to when the kick comes in, this transition of mine. I think there's yes. There's those too subtle. Mine's gonna be too loud. Actually, I think that's gonna sound fine. Alright, so let's quickly listen to my 2 choruses. I think if I don't have my headphones on, you won't hear it that easily. Here we go, verse 2. I know life won't last. Your word will come to pass. My heart will sing your praise again. Jesus, you're still enough. Keep me within your love. My heart will sing your praise again. So here we go to the chorus. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail. have the last chorus, faithful. So yeah, faithfulness still in your hands. And that's a little bit stronger. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? If it's sounds good. Never fail. Okay, so there. Let's quickly, because this repeats itself. Actually, no, it's a whole second chorus. I can edit that ending into the spots and I don't have to program a transition for it. So let's quickly listen to that. Is there anyone still watching? Let me have a quick look. Okay, there's 2 people watching. Yay, you guys are my heroes watching my first stream. What time is it where you are, Alex? Is it, you're in India, right? So I think it'll be like 2 o'clock or something for you. 3 o'clock. Okay, there we go. All right, let's quickly listen to the end of that chorus. So we are now almost at the bridge, the nice spot. Oh, there we go. So let's listen. This is the second one. Okay, so that part there, there's no snare. Do you guys hear that? So they've got one shot that goes double shot, and then they have, let me show you guys what I think they're doing. The problem is writing so many bars, there's the only fast way to get to the end to hear if you wrote it correctly is to speed up the tempo over here and then correct it again when you get to the end. That's another thing that would be nice if you can decide where you want to listen from, because that is, when I wrote that one song, it had 32 bars and I was working at the end chorus. I have to listen to all 32 bars every time I make one shot change and I want to hear how it sounds. So I really hope that Singular Sound can fix some of these little things. Then it'll be so much faster to write songs on this program. But anyway, so let's get this snare shot out. Let's get the whole view quickly. Let's just quickly listen to it again. Almost so close there.
This is my confidence. You never fail me yet.
So it comes down, down, down. Area maestosa. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a free MIDI editing software. If you guys think there's an easier way for me to do this, then I would appreciate the help. I've only, like I say, I've only worked on this one, so I'm just scared that programming it on another program, I don't know exactly how MIDI works. That's my, I'll confess that. I use the area and the BeatBuddy Manager hand in hand. Oh, so Alex, you don't think using the area would be better than using the way I'm doing it? That's my main question. There's some other features. Okay, I don't know if, because I can get quite accurate if I use the BeatBuddy Manager the way I'm doing now. I can get quite, what's the word, meticulous. Yeah, that's the right word. Everything can, you can edit stuff and make it very subtle and the way you want it to. It just takes time. I think if they just fix some of these copy paste stuff, and I think it'll be much easier to write songs. All right, let's quickly listen again. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I don't want this to be a 5-hour stream. Okay, it's not that hard. Let's try reproduce that. So they don't have that. See, I can't listen to just this last part. The only way to listen to it quickly is to edit it over here and then fix it and then go back. So we doof, 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 da, doof, da. Now I'm gonna take these hi-hat shots out because I don't think there are any hi-hat shots there. I'm still not convinced that they're not playing on the actual floor tom. But for me to go change the shots, the floor tom shots has to be like 18 or 20 velocity, otherwise it's going to be way too overpowering. Let's try this again. I'm going to make a tom 2 sound, a nice loud one, with a tom 3 sound, average one. Then I'm going to add here a tom 3 loud one with a tom 4 one, and then I'm going to add a tom 4 only 36 and see how that sounds. I have to listen to the whole thing. Promise still. Okay, let's quickly go like this. Now I can't get it on 82. Can't get it back on 86. You know what? That's an in-between shot. There's not like that. Now I forgot about these quarter notes. Okay. I must quickly do this. Let me go back, listen. Still stands. See, now I forgot where I was singing. Can you believe it? Still stands, still yeah, this is not working. You know what? I think there's an offbeat kick. There's an offbeat kick, and then there's a. This is where the high shots come in. Tom 3, let's make it 48, 38, and let's make this one only tom 4. The promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail me yet. That kick shouldn't be there. Let's try it again. There's no other way to get around it. Promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness and faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. Great is you never fail me yet. Yeah, that's gonna be, I think, more accurate. Sure. Oh, it's 12:30 in the afternoon. So you guys are 2 hours ahead of me, and India is 3 hours ahead of me. No, 3.5 hours. That's weird. Some places have half an hour change, time difference. Okay guys, so let's keep this like this quickly. Let's move on. I'm gonna export it again, make sure it's saved, replace. I'm not gonna listen to the whole thing again now, but we're gonna have to add a transition now. Now, the problem with the transitions come in, you have to be very precise on when you hit them, otherwise you miss a few shots and then it sounds weird. So let's listen to what happens at the end of this second chorus on this original.
This is my confidence. You never failed me yet.
So this is where I would just have another tapping in the background, because I can't have nothing. So I think it's 2 bars. I think it's 2 bars. So we're gonna go copy here. Gonna make it easy for ourselves. Actually, you know what? Let's just copy this. Control copy. We'll change it so that it says the correct thing. Do it again. Chorus 3, transition. Save. Import the one I just saved. That's the transition. So now let's go edit. I think that is more or less correct. Now I see there's a red line again, so I'm gonna make it 3 bars. There's no shots there, so I'm gonna make it 2 again. I'm gonna say apply, and now it should sound normal. Let's have a look. It should not have the red line. Gone. Apply. Now we just say play to save it. Okay, let's quickly jump to that last chorus and see if it works. Okay, let's quickly answer this one before we go. For the click, which is better, the foot hi-hat, like how you have used, or the cross stick? What is the difference? Oh, I have to sneeze, guys. Hold on quickly. Listen, the cross stick is when you put your left hand while you're hitting the snare flat on the snare top with the wooden part over the rim. I call it a rim shot. And then you pick up the stick and you hit the rim while your hand is leaning on the snare skin. It's completely different. The one is a shot that you just open your foot, your hi-hat, you go open, close, open, close. So it's like a tapping that you do with your left foot. That is your hi-hat foot. That is what a foot hi-hat sound is. And then the cross stick is literally a rim shot that you hit with your left hand. They are completely 2 different things. I would only use the cross stick when I'm in my level 2. So when I'm like playing on the hi-hat, that sound, not a snare, the is usually a cross stick sound. I think that is also how they programmed the BeatBuddy parts. Does that answer your question, Alex? For tapping, you can't use a cross stick. It'll be way too, disturbing, in my opinion. I can show you what it will sound like, but let's quickly show you what it will sound like. If I do this and I move it all to cross stick, it will sound terrible. Do you understand? Cross stick is literally when you play a shot with your left hand on the snare drum, but you use the stick to hit the rim of the snare, the silver part around the skin. Alright, so let's keep it like that. Because, cool. The reason why I use it like that is because, like I say, these guys, when they play live, they have click tracks in their ears. They've got someone shaking on stage. They usually have just the dedicated percussionist who stands with a shaker and some drums and some cymbals and do swells and stuff. So I've got a guy in my church band, I call him Uncle Perks, because he's always playing the percussion, and you will see him on my video when we did live worship. He was hitting the swells of my cymbal set, and he was like shaking in the background. So if you haven't seen my live worship setup, go check it out on my channel. You will see Uncle Perk standing behind these red bongos. So he actually, does all these swell stuff. So I don't have to program that. And that is one thing you can't do. You can't, on the BeatBuddy Manager, program a cymbal swell. I've tried it. I've split these shots into, I'll show you guys what I've done. I'm not going to do it now, but I went and I split one of these bars, all of them, okay? Let's just say I took one like this and I split it into 8. And then I took this one, split it into 8, that one into 8, into 8. I've done that, and then I programmed them from soft to loud all the way through. And it went, instead of going shh like a cymbal swell, it went, it just hit them very loudly. I don't know if that makes sense. This was terrible, so let's cancel that. I don't want to do that. I might, yeah. I think this is not long enough, but it can loop. Actually, no, I must make it long enough because I have to hold it in. Alright, so yeah, that is one unfortunate thing. You need a live percussionist to do those cymbal swells. You can't program that. So anyway, you've tried it as well. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to go around it. I think the only thing that is actually funny, or not funny, I think the only way you can do it is if I research how to write my own drum kit and I use a live cymbal shot that you just trigger and it just runs for like a cymbal crash. You hit it and it goes until there's another cymbal shot. I think that's the way to do it. Instead of hitting a crash, you must just record a wave cymbal swell and then you trigger it like a crash shot. The problem is you're going to have to always start it before you have your 1 count, because a cymbal is supposed to be before that. Alright, okay, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. BeatBuddy says use a WAV file and use it as an accented. Okay. Alright guys, I must quickly just blow my nose. I'm getting a runny nose, so I didn't plan on that. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm just gonna quickly do that. So I'll be back right now. Sorry for this. Okay. Alright, let's show off. I'm almost busy for 2 hours. Let's get to the end of the song. Let's quickly listen to that break again. I want to make sure that it's not just 2 bars, but it's 4 bars. Let's listen. It's exactly 4 bars. Okay. Do they have a... They've got a... Do they start on the 1? Or do they actually... Let me just listen again. There's no drums there, babe. That is just keyboard and guitar. Sometimes I get confused of... Not confused, but sometimes I hear music being played and then I think that is drums. There's no... This is just... We'll just make a tap here. Yeah. Okay. So what they have is... They've got this going for 4 bars. So let's just increase this to 4 and we'll add 75, 35, 75, 35. Let's just add all the 75 shots quickly. 75, 75. Now let's quickly go like this. 75, 75. Now we'll do 35. Let's go back. 35. Let's go to here and 35. 35. Okay, there's one. All right. Okay. You'll have to get an extended drum set, full flood or something like that. I actually want to make my own drum set where I combine the ballad kit with a normal rock kit. So then I just add the reverby rim shot, I add the reverby snare, and then because I like the tom sounds for the rock kit more than I like the tom sounds for this kit. But I like the reverb snare and those other shots, because you don't want reverb on all your shots. Actually, you don't want a reverb kick, you don't want a reverb like tom shots. It'll just make too much boing noise. So I'd actually be nice if I can compose, like get my own kit together and just add the snare rim, the snare cross stick, and yeah, what is the other thing that I thought I would like to have? I think that's about it. But anyway, so I think this one is 4 bars. Let's quickly apply. I must stop chatting and get to finishing the song. Let's listen again.
Never fail me yet, fail me yet.
This is not lining up now. I'm just checking the... Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do this part now. That's weird. Sure, Antoine, do share it with us when it's ready. I actually get that a lot. That I should be on the other side of the N. Antoine and then N-I-E. I know some people call me Antoine because I think my name is like a French or Italian original. Anyway, let's get to the rest of the song. I must first learn how to make my own kits. I don't know how to do it yet, so I must first go watch some of Jonathan Aldrich's videos and go into detail of that. But I will do it one day if I have time. I'm not so sure if I will have time soon, because my wife is 7 months pregnant, so in about 8-9 weeks we will have another little baby boy, and the one we have now is 11 months old. So and he's very busy, so he's running around. We took him to school this morning, go play, and my wife's out of the house giving me some time, but I don't know when I'll be able to to do something like that, because that's going to be time consuming. And like I said, I'm a worship leader at our church, so I have to do that. My wife and I have an aftercare center as well, and then I have the music school in the afternoons, and then this channel that I'm trying to run. So my time is very limited, and I know in the next 2 months I'm not going to have so much time for this. So that's why I wanted to do this now. Anyway, thank you guys. So yes, let's get to the rest of the song. I'm getting distracted now. This is just a crash. Just a normal kick. So I think this is like 8 bars. And I think I'm gonna also make it 8 bars, because the next part, there we go. So there you hear they start building. So there's 3 parts. There's one part that they play only with a kick in the background. That can be a whole part on its own. Then I'll copy that, and then I'll add a little bit of a build. I think here they have a tom shot. Now they start bouncing. This is the hardest part of this song to write. This will definitely be the hardest part. So I've tried it, I've done it with one other song. I must actually play it, maybe I can use it. But this is about writing it from scratch, so let's rather write it from scratch. So this is going to be, I think, 8 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2. Okay, yeah, it's 8 bars. So I think it's 8 bars. So let's write, and now which one does have the... So we're going to take this part. Actually, we take this part, we copy it, and we export it to change the name to make it bridge A or bridge 1. Let's just say 1 because there's no singing on this one, but it has to be a whole part by itself. Now, you know what? When I replay the song, I don't know in church if I'll actually have this whole instrumental part. But then I can just delete this line. So I'll write it like the original, and then you guys can also copy and paste stuff the way you want it. Because sometimes, sometimes I don't use it exactly as the CD. Our church, it's not as the same spirituality than some of these bigger Pentecostal churches. We are actually a Dutch Reformed church, but we are a renewed Dutch Reformed church. So we have Afrikaans, and we have some older people in our church who are used to singing like hymns and from a hymn book and stuff. So we've been moving away from that in the last 20 years. But we're not at the point where everyone's like hands in the air, closed eyes, just full on in worship. We're not at that point like these churches are. So in our church, I don't do these long lead instrumentals. I don't know if you guys can, associate with that. So sometimes I don't do that. So I will probably just jump to the next part. But let's write it like this on the CD. I'm gonna start fresh. I'm gonna clear all these notes. I'm gonna clear all these notes. I'm gonna clear all these notes. So now we only have our kicks, which is already, and our snare. So let's take the snare out. Now at least we have the foundation. Let's fix that. Let's move to the next one. Let's clear it. Let's make 121. 121 clear. 121 clear. I think the cymbals will actually stay there. This is 8 bars, right? So this one should be already, most of these shots are already done for us, which helps. It helps. That's why I always work from what I've already written, just so it goes a little bit faster. 121 and clear the shot. So now it's going to be So I'm going to add these tom shots. I think it'll be a nice, what's the word? It'll be a nice feel, no? Continuance, continuity. There'll be nice continuity. That's terrible. 48. Let's just clear that last red line. Make sure there's no shots after that. And apply. Let's export it. Save it as bridge 1. And let's go. Maybe the cymbal is too hard. Actually, that sounds right. We'll keep it like that. Yeah, it's a theme for the song. Those two tom shots. So I'm going to keep it like that. Now let's listen to what the difference is between that part where there's no words and the next part. Because if it's the same, I'm just going to leave it like this. Obviously, there's people clapping in the background, and the music follow their own little lick. You know what? If you listen very subtly, there's a floor tom shot in between the kicks. So I was wrong. I must listen better. So let's make it 18. I think that's about 18. Let's try 18. It mustn't be too strong, but it mustn't be completely gone. And it's in exactly in between. Do you guys agree with me? Anyone still there? It just keeps it as if it's tapping a little bit more. It just keeps it going. Let's listen again. Just a little bit. Thanks, Alex. It actually sounds as if these two parts are the same. So I'm gonna have to program one part, and then if you keep it there, it's gonna obviously loop itself. So then it makes our programming much less. So let's quickly jump into this, and let's get every third one at 18. Now I'm gonna use my mouse again, and I'm gonna go. It must be every 4 counts. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tedious, but it has to be done because I can't copy and paste yet. Singular sound, singular sound. And once you have one mistake, you have to reprogram that again. Keeping it in. I don't know if you guys have a problem with that. You keep it in, then you put the type in the amount, and then the next time you press, it will just copy that same amount. Okay. I'm gonna be naughty. I'm gonna add again. I'm gonna add to what they're doing, because not because I'm better than the drummer, but because I think it'll sound nice. What do you guys think? Okay. All right. Let's keep it like that. That's going to be bridge part 1, and now it's going to be the hard part. We don't have to put in a fill because they start immediately on the next part. Let's quickly have a listen here. So now we're going to just let it loop. Nice break. It's actually nice. That's what I like about this song. Most new worship songs, like over the last few months, they all have only building on toms. Like if you think about Reckless Love, you think about Oh Come to the Altar, you think about some of the other, top songs of the last few months. They don't go in the bridge on the last part to go to a normal kick, snare on the ride like sound. They all do toms, build until they get back into the chorus. That's what I like about this one. It builds, and then for the last bridge, you still hear that solid pocket. I don't know. I like that about the song. It's it brings you out. It's almost brings you back to the foundation and the basics of building a song and getting into the bridge and just sticking it. Sticking and making it sound nice. Anyway, so we're gonna have to now try and write this building part. They've got someone playing percussion in the background. You can hear the cymbal swells. You'll hear it. It sounds very easy to do this because it sounds very similar. There's not many change in levels, but it is quite tricky. I will show you guys. I think there's one song that I've done. Let me quickly go to it. Let's just save this one. Make sure it works. Alright, I'm going to export again. Export song. In case something goes wrong, I'll just save it in my folder. Okay, I think, let me just quickly go. I want to show you guys this one part of this other song that I've written. I think it's very similar to that. Then I can look there and learn. I won't copy paste. Let's have a look. This is Afrikaans song. Not that part, this one. This is what I've done for this one. See you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. This is only 4 bars, so I have to do 8. But this is more or less what you have to do to get this right. It's going to be like a consistent, soft, little bit louder, soft, little bit louder, soft, little bit louder. This one starts on a heavy crash sound. And there's another snare sound. There's another snare. Every bar starts with tsh. Okay. So let's try and get that right. Do it again. 8 bars. We already have this bridge, and now let's copy it. And let's just go down a little bit here. There we go. Now I'm going to save it as bridge. I'm just going to save it as bridge part 2, because even though it's technically one part's instrumental, second part is the bridge, they repeat the music of this 4 times. We're going to have 3 parts for those 4 times. Bridge 2, import bridge 2, and now we can start building it. So now I'm going to keep the kicks the same, and I know that I've seen some videos, some people don't build on the floor tom and the snare when they do this dish dish dish. They actually use a ride cymbal and a snare only with the kick, because remember, your kick is hitting every shot with you as well. So you don't have to hit your floor tom, because your kick and your floor tom has pretty much the same tone to it, except that the kick is much more thumpier. It's got a less boing to it, so it does sound better. To make one loud floor tom shot, let me show you guys. It actually sounds a bit bad. That one doesn't. Okay, for this kit it sounds better. On the standard kit, it's got a very boing sound to it. But anyway, let me just quickly think how we're going to do this. This is the options. I can go onto the symbol here, and then I wonder if I must Google it quickly, YouTube it. Where's the bridge? See you move. No, it's gonna take too much time. Let's just do I'll do 1 bar, and then you guys can help me. This is the option. We can either make a kick on every count, and I'm not going to make it the same level as the other ones. It's going to sound way too generic. So I'm going to make it a little bit softer. So there's 1 bar. And now we're going to add a snare shot. We're going to make the first one a little bit stronger, and then the rest we're going to make the build a little bit stronger as we go. See you move Move the mountains. We can leave that one tom shot like that. This is gonna get too loud. It's getting too much now. Let's see. See, that kick sounds way too strong. Oh, you know what? I wonder if the kick is on every shot as well. Let's have a look. Quick listen. It's definitely a kick on every shot. Mine just sounds generic. Maybe the snare is too soft. Is that it? Maybe these 21s are too loud. Let's make them all 111. You see here. One is let's just see if we do this. We make them all 111. The mountains. I think it must definitely not go too much stronger than that. It must more or less stay in that line. I'm just gonna quickly switch off those speakers in the background on my desktop because it's making a lot of noise. Someone is uploading stuff to Dropbox in the background. I'll be back now. When I was looking at a video before this of how to do a professional stream, and these things like getting up, blowing your nose, changing volumes and stuff in the background, those are like things they say you shouldn't do. So I'm really sorry, guys. This is my first one, so I hope this is alright. Let's quickly, the snare sound must go on for the same amount of time, or for the same more or less energy. I don't always like to have things at the same level the whole time, but I'm trying to think now, if I was physically playing the song, it will be more or less bouncing it. So let's just get it right. Let's write it for 2 bars, and then we'll see how it sounds. Let's go a little bit louder. 111, 111, 44. 43. So let's have a listen to this and see. Move the mountains, and I believe. I think that's actually fine. Now, like I know what people do is they can make these ones all to make it bounce on the floor tom. That actually sounds a bit better. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I must add make the floor shot so it's going to be literally just the kick and floor tom? There's not going to be any cymbals here. So let's make all of them like 23, 22, more or less in that area. It'll be a more solid, what's the word, build up. Let's get this last few shots in as well. 23. Okay, so let's have a look. There's the new bar, and I see you move the mountains, and I believe. I think that sounds alright. That does sound more or less like it. What do you guys think? Let me quickly have a look. I think everything is still streaming, right? this is the other option, to add these cymbal shots at the top. I'm gonna just get the right velocity going. But this is how most people play this. They would have one hand on the snare, one hand on the cymbal, and then obviously on the kick for the other two. So let's have a listen. 21, 21, 27, 21, 21. You see you move the mountains. That makes it just sound as if there's some cymbals in the back. That actually sounds alright. Do you guys agree with me? I hope you do. Okay. So now I have to do that for another 6 bars. It's not going to be too difficult. I'm just going to make. Let's just have a quick listen to the snare on the second kick, whether they actually make it louder. So here we go. So they don't have that loud snare. There they have halfway through. So this is louder, 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 louder. Okay, I think I've got this. I think I've got this. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it like this. Let's just listen again. I see you move the mountains, and I believe. So they keep it more or less there. So I'm just going to go back to about 40 with these ones. And then go to, I'm going to make it 41, 41, 42. No, let's make this one 42 already. 42, and then I'm going to make it 43, 43. So this must be for 2 bars now. 43, I'm going to make it 44, 44, 44. Where am I? 45, 45, 45, 45. See you move the mountains. So this is the empty one. This must be a 45 again. So now let's quickly do this 21s. I'm gonna do the 21s for all of them, just to have that cymbal sound in the back, and then I'm gonna make it take away when they duplicate on crash cymbals, just so it sounds a little bit more authentic. Even though what I'm currently doing is playing with the drummer with 3 hands, if I have the floor tom and the cymbals and the snare going. But let's say I'm incorporating the percussionist as well a little bit on the cymbals that they have on the CD. Or am I compromised if I do it like that, guys? What do you guys think? Okay, here we go. So now we are on the snare. Let's quickly add the kicks. We'll make this one loud. We'll make all of them 111 because I think the kicks more or less stays the same to give you that consistency. Oh man. See you move the mountains, and I believe. See you do it again. For this one, I'm gonna go a little bit more make everything slightly louder. We have to build up for like 8 bars. Let's go to 25. 25, 24, 25. Not even sure where we are now in the song. 25, 24. Okay, so let's listen. Sing. What is the words here? Am I missing it now? I've seen you move mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. And I've seen you move the mountains, and I believe. There they have a different symbol. So I'm going to take this one out, and I'm going to make a louder symbol here. I see you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. We made a way. That sounds weird. They definitely don't have this in here, so I'm going to take it out and I'm going to say quantize, so that it takes away those 2 shots that I just put in there. So now they see that thing is fixed again. And then they have one loud crash over here, I think. So let's go to like a 40 crash or something. Okay, is there anyone still watching? I feel like I'm alone. Feels like I'm by myself. Alright, I must finish now. I think my wife will be back at 12 o'clock and I have to be back at work at 1 o'clock, so I need to get working. Thanks, Alex. Alright, this is a bit time consuming, but I'm almost done. It'll just be this one more part after this, and then I think my last chorus or 2. But then I already have the parts, I can just edit and make louder. So let's quickly listen again. I see you move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way. So let's just pull through with these shots first. Okay, so I'm just gonna make all these in between shots, gonna add them all quickly. See if this goes faster. Okay, now I'm gonna make all the rest 111 as well. I know if you hold in your mouse, you can scroll at the bottom. You must go over hover it above the bar actually. Go there, hover. So here I can see all 3, the ones that I have to change them down to 111. Hover to the next 3. There we go. 111. Something still sounds a little bit generic. It's because these shots are all the same level. It doesn't sound very natural. It bothers me. I think it's the snare shots. I wonder if I must make every second snare shot a little bit softer instead of going louder. So I'll keep this one at like 31, and then I'll go this one a little bit softer. This one will be 38. This one can make 37. Let's just listen if that makes a difference at all. 39, 41. Let's go to 37, 38, 39, 40. Then I'm in my last bar, so 41. This must start getting stronger. 41, 42. 42, 43. Let's have a listen. Sing mountains, I see you do it again, made a way. Okay, I think crash cymbal, so let's go 20, 25, 25, 23, 25. Oh, I'm the wrong one now. I want the second ones to be softer and the accents to be louder, so this one must be 20. Let's make them 25. Let's make this one 22, this one 24, this one 26, 22, 26, 23, 26, 24, 27, 23, 27, 24, 28. We need to start building. 25, 28, 25, 29, 26, 31, 27, 31, 28, 32, 28, 32, almost at the end. 28, 32, 28, 33. This is going to be a roll in anyway, so it doesn't matter me going there. They're going to go like that. They're going to have a very loud snare and floor shot there. I remember that. So now I must just add the snares. Let me just listen again to these snares, whether they are good. See let's start again at about, I'm not going to go as low. I'm not going to start at 21, I'm going to start at 31 to build, because it has to go a bit louder. So let's make 31, 28, 31, 29, and now we're going to lift him a little bit. 32, 29, 33, 31, 34, 31, 35, 31, 36, 32, 37, 32. This is now in the second last bar, so now I have to start making it a little bit louder. So I think I'm going to go to 41. I need drop two shots, and then I'm going to lift it 43 with 2 every time. 41. This is going to go to 45. This is going to go to 44, I think. Don't want it to be too generic. That's why I'm trying to lift it separately. But they do go very, their last half is about, let's now start building all the way. No, I can't add on a random shot like that. 49, let's add it on a clean. 51, 52, I'm already at the last part. I think I'm going to lift these ones. 51, 53, 55, 57, and then this is going to be that last da da da. I think I'm going to listen to it now once I'm finished here. Let's just finish this. This is probably going to be about 60, and then it's going to jump to about 65, 75, 85, more or less. This must be much stronger. 53. I'm going to make this one 48. Take that one out, take that one out. I'm going to make this one 62. Take those cymbal shots out because you can't hit snare and at the same time. Let's make this one a little bit stronger, and that one is okay. So let's quickly have a listen. There's supposed to be a cymbal every 2 bars. So there's my one. Here must be a double cymbal, and there must be another one. So I'm going to make this one a little bit stronger. Take that one out and add another crash. Actually no, this one will be fine. We can make him a little bit stronger though. And then it's going to go da 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 da. Alright, let's have a quick listen. The whole building of this bridge. So there's no cymbal there. I've got a cymbal there. There's a cymbal. I've got a cymbal there as well. I've got a few more cymbals, but you know, I would, as a guitar player and as a drummer, I would put those cymbals in there. So let's listen to it. Let's listen to the. Okay, so let's try this. And I've seen you move the mountains, and I believe I've seen you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe she gets louder. I see you do it again. Mine builds a little bit too well, if I can put it that way. It's supposed to be stronger, these shots. I'm gonna have to play it with all the other parts and see if it's loud enough. Sometimes these bouncing is too soft. I know that because all the instruments, the bassist is going doom 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 doom. Me on the guitar, I'll be da 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 da, playing every single count to try and help the whole song build stronger. So sometimes I must program the drums extra loud for these parts. So let's quickly apply that. We'll export it again. But I think for the sake of my video and time, I'm gonna try and just finish the song. I will come back when I have time again and maybe edit this part if it's not right. So let's quickly have a look. I'll play it. Just do this part. Still stands. Okay, and then I see you move. I see you move. You move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way. Ah, it doesn't sound too well. No way, and I believe I see you do it again. I see you move the mountains, and I believe. Actually, I've seen you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. Actually, that sounds. It sounds alright. What do you guys think? If you guys are still here, what do you guys think of this ending. These last two shots are a bit too, they are almost too close to each other. It's almost as if you can't hear them. It's gonna be quite loud. Da, da, da. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and let's listen to the next part, and let's get into the last bridge.
I see you do it again. I see you move. You move the mountains, and I believe.
Now, the interesting thing here is it doesn't sound as if this guy's playing on the ride. It sounds as if he's just playing on a hi-hat, open hi-hat.
I see you do it again. You made a way.
But I would personally, if I play the song, I would play on the ride. I know, especially on my drum kit at church, the ride has an elevating sound to it. It just, playing on the hi-hat, it just doesn't have, unless you play it really open, like very open. But to me, that is a bit distracting, you know, in our church especially. I think I'm gonna write it on the ride. We can always just move the, you can always just copy, move them over. Okay, so let's quickly get this part right. Now, because we already have to do the same part here, I'm gonna use the same thing. I'm just gonna clear all the shots. But this is already the right, the right length, 8 parts. So I'm just gonna use the levels that I've used now on the kicks. And I'm going to keep those shots there. I can make them a little bit louder, all the accents. So I'll do that. I'm going to clear. I'm going to clear. And I'm going to clear these ones as well. So now we're going to go. Let's have a listen. So I'm going to make these all a little bit louder, but I'm only going to make the second ones louder. Let's make it like 35. That sounds alright, eh? What do you guys think? 45? A little bit more? Just so that it sticks out over the kick and snare a little bit. Let's listen to what this sounds like. 45, 45. See, doesn't sound loud enough, eh? How about we make that accent shot, we put it on the bell at 45. Let's see what that sounds like. It'll give it a little bit of a bounce feel. Just if you're playing on the bell, I do that a lot. I alternate my shots, bell and then side of the rim, then bell, then side of the rim, of the ride, I mean. That doesn't have a nice sound, eh? Let's try the. Okay, let's add the kicks first. So now we're gonna have to full on with the kicks. Snare, I'm gonna make 75 at least. Let me just hear that second kick after the snare. Where does it come in?
There was no way, and I believe. I see you do it again. I see you move.
So it's snare, double kick. I'm gonna make it 121. I think this is the pattern. See you move the mountains. I wonder if we move all these shots to open hi-hat. They actually, no, did I just copy them? It's clear. Let's clear these ones. I can leave it on the hi-hat. Let's make this one 25. These ones 21, 25, 21, and let's listen to what that sounds. 21, 25, whoops. 25, 21. I want the hi-hat to sound clearer when there's nothing else playing. So in between the snares and the rims. So this will be another snare. So this is more or less the kick pattern, I think. See you move the mountain. Okay, so let's keep it here for now. My cymbals are now all already in the right place, more or less. Let's add the kick patterns. Okay, let's add the snare. Let's go do all the snares quickly. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, great. See you move the mountains and never leave. Okay, let's do the kicks. So it's doof, doof, doof. See you move the mountains. 121, and then the loud one. Doof, sing. Doof, 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 doof. And this should be a single kick. I see you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. Wrong. This is not a single kick. This is supposed to be that one, but we have to do something else there. Let's make this one a little bit louder. Make this one a little bit louder. Is everything still working? I'm not sure. I haven't seen or heard from anyone recently. I hope it's still streaming. Are you guys still here? I'll appreciate it if you can just let me know. Maybe the chat's not working. Let's see. Let's have a quick listen to this part again. So they've got that again repeat part. drummer, so I'm just learning all that you're saying. Okay. Well, hopefully, if I share more of how I think and how, as a drummer, then you guys can also learn, maybe help you write your songs that you want. Because I'm just doing songs that I sort of use at church, and now and then I'm doing a song for a subscriber or someone who donates a song for me to do. So yeah, hopefully this helps you guys. I sort of, because I play drums, I know the patterns where I want to put a double kick, where I need to put the snare, and then if I hear a kick before the chords come in, so you will, that's sort of, because that makes it my work a bit faster than it would if someone doesn't play drums. So I would, if I hear the pattern doop doop, I would know that one kick was in front of the new bar that starts, because it's easier for me. I know if you do this a lot, you'll probably pick it up quickly as well. But anyway, so let's quickly listen to this. I think I've got one kick pattern wrong here. Let me just, I don't want to go too far back. Let's just listen. 1, 2. There's one. So what they do is they go the mountains. They don't have this kick here. So they go, what is the words here? I don't want to sing. Seen you move. There we go. So they go, I seen you move. You move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way. Let's quickly go to You Made a Way. I just want to make sure they don't have a little roll there. Da 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 da. Where am I now? You do it again. I see you move. You move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. They don't have a roll. Now, as a drummer, I personally, if I play the song, instead of not having a roll there, I would put in a offbeat, a snare just before the kick. You move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. So, what I will do is, instead of having this kick here, I will put a snare shot in there. So listen to, this is now after the musical, this is one musical paragraph. So if I go back to this, this is, if I'm a drummer, you would always accent, obviously the chorus, you'll accent the first part of each new part. So you'll have a crash there. I've seen you move. You move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. There, again, I'll put an offbeat snare shot in. So let me show you what that sounds like. Sound like this. You move the mountains. Or there, you can also put it in. Live, I see you do it again. You see you. So, yes. So you guys know, see there. So I can either put it in over here, because there's nothing that takes place here. You see, there's no cymbals. You might as well just put a little da-da. I don't know if you guys think that's let's quickly listen to both of them. See you move the mountains. Sorry, wrong place. Supposed to be there. Wrong place. Let's try that again. And I see you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You know what I'll also do? If I was playing this drums, I will do this. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I would play a double snare shot here, just before the music repeats itself. So listen to this one. See you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way. You can even add a kick there. See you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way. I don't know about you, but that's probably what I would have done if I played this. Obviously, when you're playing a CD, you do as basic as possible. You just do the basics. So, but this makes it a little bit more alive, I think, in my opinion. So yeah, let's keep it like this. Let's just do the rest of the pattern. We're gonna do this whole pattern, just repeat it for the second half of the song. We were now here. I'm trying to think, does it start? Thanks, Alex. I think it starts with let's do 121. There's another second. Let me just get the words in my head. You made a way. So it's dush. You made a way when there was no way. Put that offbeat shot in. Single, double, snare, double, and then it's going to be the end. Da 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 da. So they probably do this. They're going to have like a shot here that goes 84, 88, 93. Da 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 da. That's how they end the part, I think. Alright, we are very close to having this whole part done. Let's quickly listen it through. I didn't actually listen to this first part. Let's continue quickly with this. Let's make every second shot a little bit louder. Just to give it more variety, especially in between these shots. In between where there's nothing. On the snare, you're not going to hear anything else. So we'll keep that to 21. In between the snare, you might have some little bit of variation. It does get tedious, but if you want to make the song sound cool, this helps. It helps to you can even make this one a very loud one. It'll sound quite cool. You can make this one very loud, like a open hi-hat before you go back. Let me quickly just play to this part. Listen to this higher, louder open hi-hat. You move the mountains. Now I go. Do it again. You made a way. I think that sounds right. So what this does, the other option is you can only add, if you want to, you can add that loud shot to like a bell, but a soft bell. Not a bell. Let's try a normal cymbal. Let's make it 55. You can make this one every second white bar. You can make a 55, so it'll be 8 shots, second white bar, 55. Let's quickly listen to that. That's on the snare. Doesn't help you put it on a kick. Doesn't help to put it on the open hi-hat because we want the open hi-hat sound. Let's make this a little bit louder. This one doesn't help because there's a kick there. So let's listen to all those. It doesn't have kicks, maybe. You know what? This open hi doesn't sound so nice because it doesn't ring. It stops too quickly. It stops there. They only play it for that quick moment. Or yeah, I'm just gonna keep it like 31, a little bit louder than the rest. 25, 25. So now let's add that cymbal shot there, and then not on that one, and then here again. Then we'll add it not there, we'll keep that one like that, add it over here. Not on that one, over here when there's nothing. 55. We can do this one as well. Why is this not a double kick? Oh. 55, and this one will be on a double kick. Okay, so this is where the roll's gonna be. Okay, where was I? What was I busy with? 25s, 25s, 21, 25, 25, 21. There we go. That's what I was busy with. Oh. We made a way when there was no way. Technically, I don't need a shot there, but I'm not going to delete all of them. I think it sounds quite authentic. No one's going to notice I've got 3 hands for that one shot. Am I right? That is the nice thing about programming drums. I must admit, there have been 2 songs that I've programmed stuff that I can't play myself. I'm sorry, I'll be honest. Because I'm a drummer, I'm not a professional drummer, but most of the stuff for like, right in the beginning of the stuff, those things are all programmed the way I would play songs. So that's my skill cap or my skill level. This I will all be able to play. This is all the way I play it. So, but some of these things, like for Reckless Love, some of those triplet stuff, I mean, I can program them onto the BeatBuddy, but I can't play it necessarily. But that's the nice thing about programming. You can lose it by going over the top as well, but you can make stuff sound the way you can't even make it play it. So anyway, all right, let's listen. I've got all the 25s in now. I've got all my snare shots. Let's quickly listen to the whole part. Let's sing it from the beginning. I've seen you move. Let's go from the beginning. Oh, I'm already at 3 hours. See you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. So I must just get those last kicks in. So I'm going to make a double kick. Doof, doof, da, 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 da. Now, the nice thing that you can do is to add a offbeat snare shot in there, in between your shots. I think that'll sound cool. So let's listen again. See you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. Okay, so do you like this little snare shot there that I added? I think it sounds good. Now, the only thing that I can do, this whole last bar is supposed to be played with an open hi-hat. So these shots should all technically be getting louder, 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 because you are now getting at the end, you're going to repeat what you're playing. So you're opening your hi-hat as a drummer, you're opening your foot slowly, 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 until you get to the part where you do your actual roll. So you will hear, if I do this now, if I play it again, you will hear the difference in these last 4 shots. From that last beat, this will start building. So let's listen to it one more time. See you move You move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way when there was no way. Now I start building the hi-hat here. I see you do it again. So there you just hear it goes a little bit up. If you're a good drummer, that's how you use your hi-hat, specifically your left foot. You know, whenever you're about to start doing a roll, just before you do it, you want to already start elevating the energy of the song, lifting up. And that's how you do it. You start by opening up your hi-hat slowly. This might be a little bit late already. I can even start it a little bit earlier. I can even start it from this clean part over here. We can make it louder. Let's make this one 24, and then we'll make this one 28. And then from here we'll make it 33. I'll keep 31. So from here it'll already sound louder, louder, louder. This one can be, I think, a little bit louder. We can make this one already 39, 35, 38, 41, 45. There we go. Okay. Now, the tricky thing is, they have a little, what do you call it? What do they call it? They have a, is it a tag? Yeah, it's called the tag. I'll see you do it again. Now, my whole thing is going to start looping by the time they do that part. So, let's quickly listen. And they still have another bridge. Oh man, I'm not going to have time. So I have to be at work. I have to leave at like 20 at the latest in 40 minutes. I must go pick up someone and then head off to work. So I don't know, I'm going to finish this. I'm talking too much. I'm just going to keep it like this. It's a whole chorus that they do. Okay. It's going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky. See you do it again. Na, 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 I see you do it again. Again. Na, 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 na. They actually repeat the whole chorus just as a tag. So how am I going to do that? Now I have to work out how am I going to go to this last chorus. Oh man. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like it is. I'm not gonna exactly. The only way I can do it is to actually, you know what? I can do it. Let's quickly. I'm gonna copy paste. Let's apply. What bridge is this? 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save it like it is, and then I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna call it tag, and then I'm gonna edit it to sound exactly the way they're doing it. I'm gonna call bridge tag. The reason why I want to do that is because there's no way I can make it end the same way they make it end. So they make it end here. Let me show you. Do it again. This is the tag. Na, na, na. And now on the one. Na, 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 tsh. Dum. That's another ball ready. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna make this whole thing. Where am I? Okay, let's get this. I think I know how to do this. They play this whole thing as a tag, so I'm gonna keep it like this, and right at the end, na, 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 do it again. Na, this. I'm gonna make a little da 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 da. Check this out. Do it again. Na 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 na. See you do it again. Oh, again. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. So there they ended on a crash. So let's add the crash. Let's make 2 crashes. Make it sound nice. Okay, let me just clear. Let's just first clear all the rest, because now they're gonna end on playing actually a tap sound for the last bar. I think they've got 2 bars. I only have 1, so I'm gonna have to add 1 to this part. Let's see if I add 1, if I can. And it goes off the open hi-hat to a tap sound. So I'm going to add the foot hi-hat, and then I might be able to copy it exactly like the CD. I'm going to make it only what was my previous levels, like 45, right? I'm going to make it only 45 on all the basic kicks, I mean on the major counts, just to keep the time before we head into the last bridge. I'll show you guys now what I'm trying to copy. So I think this is now correct. Let me just listen to the, oh no man, wrong button. Let's listen to this tag. Sorry. So there's the tag starting. Okay, alright. So I think this is more or less what I wrote now. See you do it. Let me just get the words here. See you do it up. I'll see you do it again. Na, 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 na. Again. Your promise still. Okay, that's going to work out perfectly. So let's export this one, save it as tag. So now the tricky part is at the end, when you are finishing off this one, you're going to have to go to this next part. There's no transitions programmed, because I've got, as you see there, I added the extra bar, so there's no transition necessary. But at the end of this one, you must go over again. Now that last one is very soft. Sorry, I'm thinking now about these last shots. They're not going to hear this. So let's clear them. Let's put them on the hi-hats closed. We'll make them 45. This will just make them stick out a little bit more. Your closed hi-hat shot is much clearer than a foot hi-hat. And they are literally just there for you to keep time, these shots, because there's no music actually. It's supposed to come down intimately. Okay, so let's save that. Alright, now let's quickly save this whole thing. And now we must just do that last, I think I've got half an hour. Let's see if I can get this song done. So there's going to be a tap, 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 tap. That's in the half of the verse.
This is my confidence. You've never failed.
Ah,
You promised it.
okay, this is going to be quite tough. Fortunately, I already have a whole chorus, so I'm going to take a normal chorus, I'm going to copy, paste it, and then I'm going to take out all the shots except the tap to keep us speed, and then I must get this. This is the tricky part.
Promise still stands.
So we're just going to have a tap.
Great is your faithfulness. Faithfulness.
This is the part. Start building. Okay, so let's try that. Let's get that in. So now, this is the chorus, right? The chorus is... Where is the chorus? Yes. Promise still stands. Okay. So let's go back to a chorus. Where's the first chorus? Actually, let's take the last chorus we did, because that'll be the strongest chorus, because we don't want to replace all the kick shots as well. So copy the chorus, export it, and now we'll call it chorus 4. And I'm going to say build, so it stands out. Let's add it. So now, let me show you how we're going to do this. This is the full chorus. We don't want any of this, but we want this ending here. So, but not the same as this. So I'm not going to delete everything. I'm going to go to the first 4 bars, because that is when they start with a kick again. So let's just count. I'm not going to clear it. That's the thing. Imagine now I can just select from here, go like this, and clear only this half. It'll just be so much easier, you know. Unfortunately, we can't do that, because I technically only want the last half of this. Anyway, so there shouldn't be any kicks here. There should only be a hi-hat tap. So I'm going to go 45. I'm going to clear these ones out. And now I have to clear everything the manual way. Clear them out, clear them out, clear them out, clear them out. 45. This is the second bar, so I must go all the way to the 4th bar. Are you guys still with me? I really didn't know how many people would show up, so I appreciate you guys being here, following the song with me, watching me doing it live. If you are watching this as a replay, I appreciate it as well, because obviously timing where I am in the world and where you are currently doesn't match up. We all have lives. It's the middle of the week. Maybe I must schedule this for one Saturday. Actually, I mustn't. My wife will kill me if I do that. Saturday's family day. Oh, where am I now? I lost track. I'm probably in the 4th bar already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm almost there. I wonder where is my wife. She probably would have been home by now already. So here's my last 45 shots. This is gonna actually be, this is where they come in. So this is where I must start coming in with my, there's probably gonna be a cymbal here, a slight cymbal. So gonna be soft, loud. Okay, so let's quantize this quickly. Some people use both hands. Other people alternate their hands. It'll be 4 shots, all on the fourth tom. So we can go 31. This is not going to be right. I can sense it already. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. Okay. This doesn't sound natural at all. That's the tricky part. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. In your hands. Nah. I'm gonna switch these shots up. I can't get this. When I do it live, playing on the floor tom, you can easily differentiate your shots. This is a bit too tricky. So I'm gonna switch them around. I'm gonna go 25. And I'm gonna go 35. I'm gonna go 43. See if this sounds better. The promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. Okay, that sounds better, eh? This is still a bit too loud. Let's make it 17. Let's make this one 21. Oh, not 100. Oh, 21. Let's make this one 42. Let's make this one 46. I must probably still have my... No, I can't have my tap. Okay, let's listen in now. What they do is they just got a kick coming in here. Let's listen to that.
Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail.
Okay, I think I can do that. I think I can do that. Let's get the kicks right. It's gonna be 4 bars. Yeah, no, this is way too long. Is it? Let me just quickly have a look here. Promise still stands, great is your faith, still in you. This is my confidence, never fail. Yeah, okay. It has to be the whole 8 bars. Okay, let's just, I think it's for 4 bars. I have to do kick only. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add these little 18 tom shots that we had. I can hear it in my head. Now I must just put it on paper or on the screen. Okay. Let's do this for 2 bars, I think, and then the last 2 I'm gonna start building again. If I know my bars, I really struggled in the beginning to figure these bars out as a drummer. Figure out that is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It's 1 and 2, and you know, because the way I taught drums, and I only had lessons when I started 20 years ago for like 2 days, and then from there I've always trained myself just listening to drums, listening to worship songs and playing from there. I've never had official drum training. So to me, I always counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, even though technically the musical correct term to count is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and when you're playing quarter notes. But I never learned like that. So in my mind, everything is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. That's how I sort of count. So for me to figure this out in the beginning was quite... It took me like a few days. Okay, let's get this. We're almost there. I have about 20 minutes left. Then I must physically stop this and move on to what I have to do for today. I have to go transport children, 92 children. That's what I have to do. For those who don't know that, we have an aftercare center, my wife and I, that we started 4 years ago. We're renting the church that I'm working at as well, because the church needed income, and they asked us to look into the community, see what the needs are in the community, and we realized that there's a new school in the area and stuff like that. So we asked the church if we can use the facilities during the week to open up an aftercare center, and that's what we did. Technically from here it starts building again, so I did all that for nothing. So that's what happened. So we are about 96 children, and I have to transport about 92 of them from a school to our church, 15 at a time, using a 15-seater taxi bus. So that's what I have to do, because school comes out at 1 o'clock. So I have to literally drive 1:45, go pick up the bus, go to school, and start dropping kids off. I don't know if I'm going to finish, guys. I'm sorry. Let's quickly listen. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed me yet. Okay, that is the correct structure. Now I must get all those difficult shots in there. Let me just quickly have a listen. I hope I can do this in 20 minutes.
I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never.
So that's just a basic build. Let's quickly get that right. I'm just going to do this build on the floor tom, and see if that is sufficient. If that suffices, that's terrible. They've got this interesting offbeat snare that they put in there. That's going to be hard to replicate.
I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed.
I'm going to continue with this because I definitely need that. This must go away. This must go away. If I can just finish this, I'll probably be able to use another chorus for the end, because I think they play the same parts at the end. So it's not going to be that hard. But this is the hard part now, getting this. Okay. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed me. Okay, that's the basics. Diff, diff. They do a snare shot here, I think. Yeah, I don't know what they do there. I must listen it a few times.
I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed. Hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed. Hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed. Hands.
I can hear the end. I'm going to keep these shots going. I think they still play on the floor tom through this whole thing. There's definitely a slight cymbal here. And maybe even a slight snare. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail. Da, 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 da. Da, da. I'm gonna do something different here. I'm gonna do this what do you call it, 75, 65. Um, 75, 65. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I must definitely add this. Did I have a 21 on these shots, didn't I? I think so. As they're building, I have some cymbal shots in the background. Wrong one. Okay. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. Still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail me. I like that. I like that part at the end there. Da. I'll just make it a little bit louder. I don't know. What do you guys think of this? The trata. I didn't listen to this part now. That's my problem. I must have some cymbals here. Definitely need some cymbals. This must be much louder. I'm gonna make these offbeat shots. He's playing on the floor tom, and I'm gonna put an offbeat tom 2 shot there, 45, and an offbeat tom 3 shot over here at 43 shots. Let's try this. And I can hear my wife just pulled into the driveway. So let's listen to this as I finish the song. The promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail me. That doesn't sound exactly like the CD, but I like that. What do you guys think? It's a little bit soft, hey? Let's make everything a little bit louder. What do you guys think of this build that I'm doing? Let's make this one 42, 45, 47, 48. Make this one 89, 89. It is good. Thanks, Alex. I know it's not. If I had more time, I'll probably be able to try and figure out what they do. But I think this should suffice for now. Let's quickly listen to it one more time. Still, what am I singing? I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail me. I'm gonna leave it like that. I think that's alright. Thanks, Alex. Let's quickly move on. So that's that part, and then let's just listen to the last chorus because I only have like 10 minutes at the most. Let's just listen to the last chorus.
This is my cause, it still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. Never fail me yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna copy the last chorus that I had because it is pretty much the same. And then copy the last chorus, and then I must just write an outro because that's they ended this. Yeah, they end the chorus abruptly. They don't complete it at the end. So I'm going to cue the outro a little bit earlier. So this is chorus 4. So let's export this one to chorus 5. Because that's the last one. Then we are pretty much finished. It's literally now just the outro. So they will start on this one and we'll go. Why did I just copy? That doesn't sound like the chorus. Oh, it sounds a bit. Sound as if it should be on the ride. Let's make everything. Let's move all of them to the ride symbol and see how it sounds. Sounds better. Still here, this is my confidence. You never fail. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. So how can you go from playing on the ride symbol to going back to a normal hi-hat shot? To me, it sounds nicer to stay elevated. Keep it up there. So this is the. Let me just quickly have a look again. Listen again.
Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness.
To me, that does sound like a ride shot actually. Okay, so let's have a look. This will be the last chorus. It's a basic one, so it should be fine. I've got it as chorus 3. Did I export it now already? Yes, there it is. No, let's just save it. Let's export it again as chorus 5, and then we'll replace it, and now I'll import it. There we go. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail me yet. Actually, it ends correctly there. I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 2 bars here, and I'm just gonna make a tap at the end. Let's make it a 121, and we'll just make it a symbol, 2 symbols to end it off. That's a bit loud because I have to literally end the stream now. How do they end it? I don't think after this there's much going on. So you just repeat that last line. So that's pretty much the end of the drum. So what I'm going to do, I have to cue an outro because I can't just keep it like this. I can keep it like this for now. Just hi-hats closed, and I can just add these last shots again in case someone doesn't hit the outro. Then they have time to stop the song. If you do not hit the outro, then I'll give these 2 bars at the end so that you can then hit the clean outro. Yeah, there's actually 2 ways to end the song. You can either just keep on, let this thing ring at the end, so you'll go, your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence, you never fail me yet. Dun, dun. And now you have time, in that time, once you've ended, to quickly hit the outro. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just going to make this one shot a bit louder. This little one here, I'm just going to make this louder. 45, 48. This one can also be a little bit louder. Okay, so let's apply that. I'm going to export it, and now there's no outro programmed for the song. So once you get to that last 2 bars, you must quickly cue your outro so that the tapping goes away. But then pretty much this is the song. I mean, let's quickly go through it. I'm not going to sing the whole part. I don't have time, but let's quickly go from the beginning. It's saving it, and let's go. Walking around these walls. I thought by now they'd fall. So this is going on, same as the first chorus. Your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence, you never failed me yet. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Now we start. The night won't last, your word will come to pass. I don't know how to sing that part. My heart will sing your praise again. Jesus, you're still enough. Keep me within your love. My heart will sing your praise again. So now I get to the chorus. Your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence, you never failed me yet. Your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence, you never failed me yet. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. So this is this part. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Hey Alex, cool man, appreciate it. I'll see you again. I'm almost gonna end. Dun, 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 dun. 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 I see you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. You move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a move, you move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. I'll see you do it again. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed me. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. There's the last chorus. Sounds a little bit, it is not strong enough. My confidence, you never failed me yet. Dun, dun, dun. And then you'll just end it there. Dun, 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 dun. Alright guys, so it's been 3.5 hours. We pretty much did most of the song. This is about the average time it takes me to write a song, sometimes a little bit less. I am going to export this one because I'm happy with how it sounds. This last chorus is a little bit too soft, so I'll make some of the shots louder, maybe add a hi-hat shot, but I'm not going to do it now. But this is more or less how I go about writing the songs. If you watch this whole thing, Alex, thank you for being here, and who's the other guy, Zave, thank you for joining, and I'll upload it to my folder as soon as I come back from work. I won't have time now, but then yes, this song will be made available soon. And let me know if this helped you guys and which other song you would like me to do in the future. So thank you guys a lot, and yes, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.